What's the deal, you guys? What's the deal? This be your boy Scotty by Nature TV, and we are here for a brand new review of the Real Housewives of Love and Marriage Huntsville season 10, episode 10. What is going on, you guys? I hope you guys are having a wonderful I hope you guys are having a wonderful Sunday, and I intend on doing the exact same thing, you guys. What is going on, y'all? What's going on? Okay. What's the tea? What's the tea? Now, listen, I know what y'all thinking. This review supposed to been last night. So why the hell are we just now getting this review this afternoon? Let me tell you what happened, because y'all know I always got to tell y'all what happened the first 5 minutes of every video that I do. So I know that we were supposed to do this last night at 10:35. Hold on. Yeah, we were supposed to do this last night at 10:35. Yes, we were. But I was laying up in my bed and I was watching the Braxtons yesterday, which I gotta finish watching, by the way. I was watching the Braxtons, trying to catch up on that. And then I got a FaceTime call from Carl. And then Bando was in the car with Carl. And they was asking me, Scotty, what you doing? Blah, 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 blah. What you doing? And so I said, I'm just laying down. What's going on? And so they said, well, we are about to go to the Bulldogs and have a drink. Get up. I'm like, and then Bando gave me that look and he was like, get up, bring your ass on, whatever. And it's them, so I never really tell them no. So I got on up and put on some clothes, met them at the bar, and I went. And we left before the crowd hit. I think I made it there like probably around like 6 o'clock. And I think the three of us, we left around because it was me, Carl, Bando, and Carl's boyfriend that was out there. And then Carl's boyfriend left first. And then after that, me, Carl, and Bando, we stayed for a little while. And then right around like 9:30-ish or something like that, we all got up and we left. So, we was having us a great motherfucking time last night. So that is the reason why you ain't get no Braxtons yesterday. That is the reason why you didn't get no LAMH last night either. So yes, this is the reason why LAMH is a little bit late. And I started this live about 10 minutes late because I had fallen asleep watching it, trying to finish watching the show. You feel what I'm saying? So yeah, that's pretty much just today, y'all. But we here though. I'm it looked like all November I've been late with the lives and stuff. I really hate that. But I try to be as consistent as possible, and I try to give you guys all the videos I have to give y'all and stuff like that. But baby, listen, I should just get an A for effort most of the time. You feel what I'm saying? But it looks like Fridays are about to be open again because Bill Collective is done. Loving and the Braxtons are done. So today I'm supposed to do the Braxtons as well, so I can, close out that season. So Fridays are going to be open again. So you'll probably get like some live or pre-recorded guests for the mess video on a Friday or something like that, and things of that nature. So Friday is open, but Saturday is no longer open. We're right back to LAMH again. So that's how it goes now. That's how it goes. But we here. I just want to say that LAMH is not good. I just want to say that it really ain't shit to talk about, to be honest. But we're gonna get through this the best way we know how. And listen, I could tell that y'all not really watching LAMH like that, because I could tell with the lives and the numbers of the lives and how many people be in the lives. I can tell. But it's okay. We're going to go ahead and get through this the best way we know how. So let's talk about it, y'all, okay? So let's go ahead and get into the episode now that we're at the 5-minute mark. Let me look at my notes. So we're going to talk about it. So we meet up. We talk to Trisha. That's who we start off with, Trisha. She meets up with her busybody, nosy ass friend Sharon. Sharon was the one who got into it with Marquez. I think that was like the first episode of the season. They had words back and forth because Sharon could not mind her own goddamn business in that particular scene. Like, she was saying too much, talking too much, giving her unsolicited ass opinion where it wasn't needed. So I'm guessing she's here now that her unsolicited opinion, now that her opinion is solicited and is needed. So I guess we can deal with her in this aspect. Um, Trisha tells Sharon that, Ken had stepped away, but now he's back in the fold. They had been going through their issues and stuff like that. But now she's going to see Dr. Francis and she's trying to heal and get herself together, get herself right. And so Sharon says, well, Trisha, Ken brings that balance to you that you don't really have for yourself. Like, you have this going on, you got that going on, but you don't really have a balance. It's all lopsided. But when you bring Ken into the fold, you have that balance. Everything is equal to the next. So you have that balance with Ken. And so Trisha tells Sharon, well, I started counseling. And then Sharon was like, well, that's a great thing. So since you started counseling, how has counseling been going? Like, what's the tea with that? Like, what is really the tea with the counseling? So Trisha was like, well, y'all, I will say that going to see Dr. Francis has been an incredible thing for me. I don't like emotions. I don't like to feel things, but I think that by me feeling these things that I refuse to feel, as far as, going through the motions and going through these different feelings that I probably got, it probably helps for me to deal with these emotions at times. And then, I feel like my relationship with Ken is starting to get better after my session with Francis, but I still think that we have more work to do on this marriage. And that's just the truth. Well, not marriage, on this relationship. Now, therapy is needed. And I am one person that tells everybody, therapy is needed. Y'all need to go to therapy. Y'all need to see somebody. That going to therapy does not make you crazy. It don't mean that something is wrong with you. It just means that you are trying to get yourself, together emotionally and get your mental right. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. But you know how people are, especially Black people, we've grown up in a time where people don't think that, therapy is something that's needed. All you got to do is go to church and pray. But sometimes you need more than prayers for mental health. That's all I be saying. Sometimes you need way more than just some prayers for your motherfucking mental health. You need way more than that. I feel like at the end of it all, go to therapy. It's great to have a person that don't know you from a can of paint, who don't know your situation, don't know people that's involved with you, an unbiased outlook on what's going on in your life and the things that you want to fix. And I'm telling y'all right now, when I went to therapy, when me and my mother went to therapy back in 2018, that was like the best thing ever. Like, I felt so relieved when I first started going to therapy in 2018. I enjoyed it. I love going to therapy. And now that I'm in Atlanta, there's a lot of other things that I need to work on and focus on as far as like going back to therapy. There's a lot of things, when y'all watch the show, then y'all will see what I'm talking about. There's a whole lot of stuff that I need to go back to therapy with and fix those things. Excuse me. So Trisha is open-minded to continuing this therapy. She's open-minded to getting herself straight. And she's open-minded to allow Ken to do what he got to do as a man in his relationship. And I feel like that's the thing. I feel like Trisha is very strong, and I don't see nothing wrong with her being strong, because I like seeing a woman that can hold her own instead of, relying on a man for anything. I love to see a woman not rely on a man for nothing. That's just the truth of the matter. But I do think, because I've said this a million times already while reviewing this show, going to therapy was the best option for Trisha, because as I said before, she's lost a lot. It starts with her parents and her sibling or whoever else she lost. And then it also continues with her marriage to Marquez and how that ended, and how it ended so open-ended, and how she's never dealt with those issues that went down in that particular marriage. She's brought that emotional baggage into her relationship with Ken, and now she doesn't really know how to take a man like Ken, who wants to come in, take care of the family, do right by her, by him knowing what her issues are and what her triggers could possibly be. Now, some people feel like, you know what, Ken ain't perfect. You know, Ken ain't this, Ken ain't that. And ain't nobody perfect. Let's be clear. This ain't me trying to shit on Trisha and make her seem like the big bad wolf or the worst person, the worst woman on this planet. Because I can't do that. But my thing is this. I do feel as though her relationship with Marquez is one of the reasons why she doesn't really know how to handle her relationship with Ken. And that's just the truth. She doesn't know how to handle that relationship with Ken just due to the fact that, you know, she went through a lot with Marquez. And just like Parker Boy just said in the comments, Marquez also drove her ass the fuck crazy as well. That's the truth of the matter. He drove her ass crazy. He did a whole lot of shit to her. So anybody would be mentally fucked up. Like, we gotta put ourselves in these people's shoes, right? When you gone through like a relationship that was terrible and it mentally drained you and it was fucking with you mentally, sometimes you go into those relationships, these next relationships after that, unhealed. You don't go to therapy. You don't talk to nobody about it. You just decide, okay, I'm healed, so let me move into this next relationship. You're not really healed because you haven't taken the proper steps to be healed from it, because you still got trauma from those relationships. And now you bring your trauma into the next relationship to a man or a woman, whichever one you like, to a man or a woman that doesn't really deserve all of that emotional baggage that you're putting on them at the end of the day. Because listen, you got to take the proper steps to heal from another relationship before you get into another one. You just do. That's why I don't understand why people be in relationships with folks and then they break up and then about a month or two later they're already on the next thing smoking. And I'm like, did you even heal from the last one that you was in? I don't really think that you have. So we all can say that we've all been in relationships where they were all the way fucked up. They fuck with your mental health, and now you're looking at all relationships the same, and now you're wondering if this person that you with now is going to give you the same shit that your previous relationship actually gave you. And then, not to mention, this person could be doing all of the right things. This person could be financially responsible and taking care of you. They could be emotionally responsible, feeding into your emotions the way that the person before them didn't do it. They could be doing all of the right things possible, but because you're so traumatized by that last relationship, you're not going to see it that way. So the first thing that you're going to do is perceive it to be negative, and you're going to think that they're not even being genuine. I know that I've done that, because I'm going to tell you just like this. When I was in a relationship with that guy in 2019, he did a lot of shit to me. He drained me emotionally. He drained me financially. He cheated on me. He made me feel like I just did everything wrong. And it took me a long time to really get past that shit, because I took out so much time to really heal before I got in that relationship, only for me to get into this relationship and this motherfucker hurt me the way that he did. It was just fucked up to me. So that's why it took me so long to really get into like a real relationship, because I have that trauma, or I had that trauma. I got into, like, I dated somebody exclusively after them, and you know what I mean? It didn't work out for several reasons. But then after that, I started dating, you know, Bando and stuff like that. So it was just like, you know, I had to take out some time to really focus on myself and my emotions and really, really, you know, move forward, because I didn't want to give, because I knew that when I can't believe it's been 2 years now. 2 years ago when I first started dating Bando, I always said that I don't want to bring what happened to me, you know, at the time. It was for 4 years. I don't want to bring what happened to me 4 years ago into this. So that's why going to therapy is great for Trisha, so she can heal from her past marriage to Marquez, because she needs that. Moving on, we're going to get into Kimmy, Letitia, Destiny, and Trisha. Now, they're going to make soap and shit, which I found to be very interesting. I wonder if they got like this little soap like a soap making place out here in Atlanta. I would love to do that. That would be so fun to go do. Like, you know, that'd be something real good to do. But they go there, and Kimmy says, I want the ladies to get to know each other better. Like, we need to go out. We need to, you know, do more things together. Really try to get to know each other and just bond. You know what I mean? We're making soap, and Nell isn't here. So when Destiny walks in, Destiny walks in, she sees Trisha there, she sees Kimmy there, she sees Tisha there, but she notices that Nell ain't here. Destiny says, "Oh, well, I thought that Nell ain't here because Tisha ain't here, because the last time she had a conversation with Tisha, but I mean with Nell, it was pretty much Tisha need to mind her own motherfucking business. That's what Destiny was thinking in her mind. So she felt like, well, if Kimmy didn't invite, Nell, that didn't bring her by, then that means that she didn't bring her here or didn't invite her because Tisha is here. So Destiny tells the ladies about the conversation that she had with Lance. So she basically told them that, I sat down with Lance, I confronted him about him not telling me about this baby and shit. And we had to really talk about this shit and really try to figure out a way to move forward. And I did tell him that if Twan is interested in me, I'm gonna give him a shot. I'm gonna go out on a date with him. If he really want to go out on a date with me, I'm definitely gonna fucking do it. Like, I am. But then that is when she says, but once we were having that conversation, I found out that Twan and Lance are god brothers. So it kind of made it kind of weird and kind of awkward when I found out that they were god brothers. In my eyes, I'm just gonna be honest. As a person that dated two brothers once before, but didn't know that they was two brothers, had I known they were two brothers, I never would have fucked with neither one of them. But I'm just not the type of person that like to do the homie hopping thing. I never want to do that homie hopping thing. The homie hopping thing is just not really my forte. It's not really on my street. Like, I don't really like doing it. Like, because I don't like the homie hopping thing when it come to me. Because I've had niggas trying to hop the homies and shit in my friend group back home, and it wasn't no good feeling. So if you dated Lance and it didn't work out, Twan is his god brother, so that means they go way back. I don't think that that's cool, but I think I said that before. Although men be doing shit like this all the fucking time, they do. We ain't gonna act like they don't. They do shit like this all the time. I wouldn't care if they did do it all the time. I just don't think that that's the correct way to maneuver through this whole thing. Like, maybe it's just me, but I just don't agree with that. I just feel like if you dated one, you don't need to date the other one. You feel what I'm saying? Maybe I don't know, because I ain't here to judge nobody, get dick. You know what I mean? Like, if you want to go get your dick, girl, do you. That's how I feel. But in the same breath, it's just like, no, I don't really think that that's cool. I don't really think that that's right. You feel what I'm saying? Like, you know that they grew up together. You know that they kind of like brothers in a sense. So why would you try to date both of them? Regardless of what Lance did, because Lance did do some foul shit now. We can't take that away either. Lance did kind of do Destiny grimy by not even telling her about the baby, because maybe if he would have told her about the baby, then she wouldn't even be trying to do the shit that she doing right now, in my opinion. You feel what I'm saying? Because he didn't tell her about the baby, and she did have to find out about said baby on the internet. So I don't understand what anybody would possibly want from Destiny in this situation, but you are right within your feelings about that, but I just don't agree with you dating Twan. But that's just me though. Then Destiny says that Nell said that Tisha needs to stay the fuck out of her business. And Trisha confirms, because Trisha was like, yeah, she did say that now. She told me the same thing. She did feel like you was asking way too many questions about why they left LA, why she left LA abruptly, why did she leave, why she didn't tell nobody that she was going. And when we were talking about it, she definitely said that you need to stay out of her motherfucking business. That's just where she stands with that. And so now Letitia is confused by Nell and the things that she's saying. I don't know why you're confused though. What's so confusing about it? You asking questions. She feel like she don't owe you no damn answers. Y'all not really friends like that. So why the fuck is you asking me that? See, you asking me because you want to be messy and you want to play games. That's what you're trying to do. And to be quite honest, I don't owe you shit. I don't owe you no answers. So why is you asking me for any answers if you feel what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Like, y'all get what I mean? Like, I don't owe you shit though. I don't owe you shit, dog. So why you asking me? Like, why is this a topic of discussion? Why are we discussing this? Why the fuck you feel like you should, do this and shit like that? Because they're trying to make it seem like it has a lot to do with the baby being born and stuff like that. But I don't think that they even knew about the baby then. And on top of that, I just feel like even if she did know about the baby then, I don't see that being a reason. I don't see Nell having to explain herself when that is her son. And if she knew about the baby, that's her prerogative. She don't owe y'all a damn thing. You know what I mean? Like I don't understand the whole thing. And I feel like y'all are grasping at straws to create a damn problem with this lady, because guess what? She ain't my favorite person either. You know, Nell be doing the most sometimes. Like, she do all that screaming and hollering at folks. And, you know, like I done told y'all before, I can't deal with folks yelling and screaming and hollering all up in my face. I can't do that, because you can only scream and holler in my face but so many times before I scream and holler in yours. And then it's probably going to go all the way left once I scream and holler up in your shit. So I don't really like that. So, you know, whatever. But, yeah, she don't owe them nothing. She don't owe them nothing. But just like Parker Boy just said, I kind of believe this too. Parker Boy says, I believe they rushed back to get their youngest boy out of jail. I believe that too. That would make a lot of more sense to me as to why they rushed out of LA so bad. They tried to hurry up and get home so they can get old boy out of jail. I honestly don't believe that it had anything to do with I honestly don't think it had anything to do with no bullshit about well, Lance was having his baby and stuff, and that's why they got up and left so quickly. Even if it was the case, who cares? But I really don't believe or foresee that being a problem, especially when they don't like to answer questions about what's going on in their life. And that's another thing too. And I never wanted to get on that train about you know, because all of the folks that reviewed LAMH for the past couple of years have all said that they want answers about everybody else's life, but then they don't want to answer their own questions about their own life. And to be honest, they don't, because you can't ask them no simple question without them getting an attitude about it. And that's just being real. You can't ask them shit without them getting an attitude and feeling insulted that you even asked the fucking question. That's the truth. So to me, I feel like, what gives? Why the fuck y'all need any answers about any goddamn thing? Like, I feel like at the end of the day, you should be able to answer some questions. Now, there are some things that you just don't owe an answer for, but just like we just said, some of us feel like Nell and Chris left because their son was in jail. And if that's the case, they don't really owe y'all that, because it ain't got nothing to do with the show. So why the fuck are we answering that question? Because even with the show that I'm on, it was many questions asked to me that I said it ain't none of your fucking business. Do you see me asking you any questions? No. So don't be asking me shit. Okay? Don't ask me shit, because I don't care. It ain't got nothing to do with you. Don't nobody give a fuck, okay? Like, no one cares. It ain't got nothing to do with you. The only person that needs to discuss this shit is me and the person that it's about. I'm not discussing nothing further, discussing anything with you, okay? I said that a couple of times on this show. No, seriously. I said it a couple of times on this goddamn show. But anyway, moving on, because I got an announcement about that later on down the line. We're going to get into the flexitivity, okay? Let's get into that now. Chris and Nell, they decided to throw a group event together, get all the people together, and Nell feels some type of way towards Kimmy. And the reason why she feels some type of way towards Kimmy is because the other girls went out, but Nell wasn't invited. So she feels a way about Kimmy because Kimmy was the one who put it together. Now, if you're gonna be honest about this shit, you know, like I said, out of all these women, Kimmy is the one that I probably like the most if I had to pick a lesser between two evils. But I do feel like Nell got a right to kind of feel a way about not being invited, because, bitch, I invited you to my shit just now. You know what I mean? Like, I invited you to my shit. I was gracious enough to do that. So why couldn't you invite me to, you know, the stuff that's going on with the girls? I feel like y'all trying to ice me out. To be honest, that's probably what I would have thought too, because my antennas is always up. If I feel like I'm being shunned or wronged or iced out or kicked out, I'm gonna say something. And that is the reason why folks in my family don't like saying shit to me, because they know I'm gonna call that shit out. I'm gonna be like, look, you icing me out. You don't want me to be around. You're doing whatever you can to keep me from being around. So therefore, I see you and I'm gonna move accordingly. That's just how it goes. And I do think that they are kind of icing Nell out in a sense. And I do kind of feel like they're creating problems because, you know, now that you on the show and the main antagonist is no longer around, now y'all got to figure out, okay, now what the storyline is going to be and who we're going to pick as a new target now that the antagonist is gone. And y'all know that I never cared for, you know, I don't like Saints and Sinners. I started off liking her, but don't really give a fuck about her now. But that was their person to go at every season. But now that she removed herself, you feel what I'm saying? You know, there's no one else to fight with. So now you got to fight with one another now. Now y'all got to show that y'all can carry a damn show. So now who better than Nell being the person that we can fight with? Because you know she gonna give us a fight. So what else is going on? Okay, so then while Letitia is there, Martell walks in, and Letitia said this is her first time seeing Martell in a minute, ever since that damn skit or interview that they did with his side bitch and this fake ass side piece of Marceau's. So she was like, she really don't want to be around him, but you know, she knows how to be cordial or whatever. So then Destiny arrives with Will, and everybody's kind of shocked by that because it's like, now you was just dating Lance, then you was out here talking to Torn. Now you come in with Will. Now let's be for real now. Will ain't no bad looking person. I think I've always said that Will was fine as fuck. He is a fine man. You know, I follow him on Instagram. He is a fine man. But Destiny, what's going on? But again, I don't see nothing wrong with what Destiny doing. I don't see nothing wrong with what Destiny doing. She dating. She ain't fucking everybody. She dating. Because they think she love them, but she love them all. She ain't say she want to fuck them all. She said she love them all, okay? You know, that's what she doing. So I saw a couple of comments on the internet saying, oh, Destiny looking like a slut. She out here going from man to man or blah, blah, blah. But I don't see nothing wrong with what she doing. She just dating around. Why is it that it's okay for a man to do it, but when a woman do the same thing, it's a goddamn issue? It's a motherfucking issue when a woman do the same thing that a man doing. What's up with that? Can someone tell me what's up with that? Because I'm trying to see what's up with that, and I'm trying to see why that's a big deal. Because in my eyes, she ain't doing no wrong. You know, LeBerick took her through there, and then she got up here with Moses' ass, and Sonny with her cone head ass went behind her and took the man from her. So yeah, right now she just cooling it. Like she ain't trying to be in no relationship. It is what it is. You feel what I'm saying? But however, as we continue on, Kimmy and Nell, they discussed the issue with Letitia, right? And Nell was basically saying that she feels like Letitia needs to mind her own business at the end of the day. Like, go ahead, you know, y'all need to talk about this shit because the issue was really not that deep or really not that serious. Y'all need to go on and discuss this shit like for real, like grown ass women, because we grown. Like we grown as fuck right about now. And we need to talk about this shit. And to be honest, I personally don't see nothing wrong with that. Like, you know, their issue is really not that deep, honestly. So they really could just move the fuck on and just, you know, have at it, honestly. Like, go on and move on with your life. And, you know, we ain't got to keep on talking about the same thing. We can talk about it now and then we can just move forward. You know what I mean? That's how I feel. And I know most of y'all probably feel the same way. We don't need to be stuck on the same thing forever. So then, after that, that's when Will was talking to the guys, and he says that they said, so you've been dating Destiny? They was like, yeah, me and her, we going out, you know, we came here together and stuff like that. Like, you know, she's a cool girl, a wholesome girl or whatever. And he was like, but I'm really hoping that she's not. And then so a lot of the men was kind of confused by the way he was talking about her. And then he was saying that he wanted to see how it goes tonight so she could show her his worth. And I thought that was kind of foul and fucked up. I didn't like that one bit. And all the men over there laughing. Even Lance was taken aback by it. And he was like, yeah, that's kind of, I don't like the way he talking about Destiny. That's kind of fucked up. You know what I mean? Like, that was fucked up. Like, he would literally talk about Destiny like she a hoe or some shit like that. Like, yeah, she gonna have to fuck me so I can see what her worth is. Bitch, what the fuck is your worth? Now wondering why the fuck you ain't got no woman and why you single. Because it sounds like you will hold yourself and you one of them type of bitch ass niggas that I don't like. Like, cause what was the point of you talking about Destiny in that manner? You know what I'm saying? Like, and people can sit up here and say what they want to say about Scotty, but one thing about me, when it come down to a man talking about a woman like that in my presence, if I'm sitting there and it's a woman that I'm cool with and you talking about it like that, I'm gonna speak up every motherfucking time. I don't like that because I think I've done that before. I almost got my ass kicked for stepping up, but I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna always speak my mind. Because I remember one time, it was this dude and he knew that the girl was one of my best friends or whatever. And then he started talking about her and saying that I'm gonna fuck her down and I'm gonna do that and about all this other shit. And she gonna have to give me some pussy before I make any commitment to her. And I said, hey, chill the fuck out. Chill out. And it was like, hey, what's your problem? I said, no, what's your problem? Chill out. Like, don't talk about her like that. Man, what I say? I say, because you talk about her like she a straight up hoe and you doing it in front of me and you know that's my best friend. Like, calm down. Like, don't do that. And we had a little back and forth, a little bit of words and shit like that. But I don't give a fuck. I'm saying what the fuck I gotta say to your face. I don't give a fuck. Like, I don't like that. Like, I remember, I just don't. And then I hate a dude that allowed his dick too. Because I remember being in high school. It was, oh my God, it was this dude that me nor my sister could not stand, bro. We couldn't stand that dude. And he was just standing in front of me lying to one of my homeboys saying that, yeah, Scotty know what I'm about. I'm like, I don't even like you. So what you talking about? Well, you know what I'm about because I fucked your sister and blah, blah, blah. I said, you a lie, first of all. And number two, don't talk about my sister like that in my presence. Like, real shit, don't talk about my sister like that. I said, she don't even like you, nigga. So what are you talking about? And then he was like, man, how the fuck you know what it is? I said, because I hear her talk shit all day. She don't like you. She make it known. And I don't like you either. So you might need to calm your ass the fuck down. Like, stop talking about her like that. I just didn't, and I know this ain't got nothing to do with the show, but I just felt like, nigga, what the fuck wrong with you? Like, why the fuck you feel like you can say that shit about my sister in front of me? Then you want to get mad when I defend her to you and act like you want to fight me. First of all, you didn't want it with me at all. You don't want it with me. And number two, I'm gonna always say something. And me and my sister don't even have the best relationship, but you weren't finna play that. You weren't finna play with her in front of me. Like, so that shit that Will was doing in that moment, that just really just gave me, some damn flashbacks of niggas and how lame and cringy these motherfuckers are because they do shit like that. Oh, blah, blah, blah. And I think that all them niggas that was sitting there were lame as fuck for even allowing Will to say that shit because it was lame. The shit was flat out lame. I couldn't sit in no round table having no conversation with a bitch ass nigga like that. That was lame as fuck. Okay? I'm sorry. I went on a whole tirade, y'all. I'm sorry. But anyway, let me continue on, child. So Letitia asked Nell, why did she leave LA? Nell says, I don't owe you anything. I don't have to answer to you. I don't have to answer to you. I don't have to talk to you. I don't have to tell you nothing. So then that's when Letitia feels like Nell got an attitude and all this other shit. And then she did have a little bit of attitude on it. She did put a little stank on what she was saying. She definitely did, but she put a little stank on what she said because she feel like you playing with her, Tisha, and she feel like you trying to get all up in her business and it ain't none of your business to get into. You feel what I'm saying? So that's why she kind of added a little stank. She put a little umph in what the fuck she's saying. And so Nell was like, Tisha, you just want to have a beef with me. And then Tisha was like, don't nobody really want to have no beef with you and all this other shit. Now, let me tell y'all what really got under my skin with this whole conversation. Kimmy comes in. Now, my thing is, y'all was gaslighting Nell this entire conversation. Because all y'all raising y'all voice. So why the fuck can't she raise hers? Now, be clear. Nell has a habit of screaming at a motherfucker. She do. We ain't gonna sit up here and act like she don't. She got a habit of screaming at a motherfucker all the time. She do. But my thing is this. Why y'all acting like y'all wasn't screaming? Why y'all acting like, you know what I mean, y'all wasn't coming at each other crazy or elevating y'all voices? Like, why the fuck y'all acting like that? Because when Kimmy got all bent up out of shape about being hollered at and being yelled at, I'm like, girl, you yelling too. And then on top of that, you threaten her to dump her ass in the pool And then when she responds to you saying it, you want to act like she wrong for responding to you than to throw in the motherfucking pool. Girl, what? No. Mm-mm. No. You not finna play me. You literally sat up in my motherfucking face and told me that you would dump my ass in the pool. That's fighting words, bitch. And that's a threat to me. You're not gonna sit up here in my motherfucking face and we sitting up here arguing and we doing our fingers like this and we going back, forth and forth like a Leah. And you gonna sit up in my motherfucking face and tell me that you would dump me in the motherfucking pool. Bitch, you gonna be dumped first if you think you're gonna dump me in the goddamn pool. I'm just being for real. So what the fuck is you talking about? You gonna dump me in the goddamn pool? What? And the fact that Kimmy could not understand and couldn't fathom why Nell responded the way she did was just so ungodly and just so crazy to me. Like, are you for real? They straight gaslit the fuck out of Nell. Y'all trying to be bullies and it ain't working. And Kimmy, I like you, but I feel like Nell's gonna give your ass business, okay? Let that short shit fool you if you want to. She's finna give your ass, you're gonna serve your ass the fuck up, okay? I'm just saying. And so Kimmy and Nell, they apologized to one another, but Kimmy was saying that the reason why she don't likes to be yelled at is simply because of the fact that she had to deal with being yelled at by her abusive father and all this other shit. So now we're bringing in childhood trauma to shit. And listen, I'm a firm believer in understanding and realizing where your traumatic responses come from. Totally understand it. But I just feel like this. Your childhood trauma ain't got nothing to do with you gaslighting that lady. You was yelling too. And you got mad at Nell because she yelling. But you yelling too. You threatened her first. And when she responded to your damn threat, you want to get mad at her for responding to your threat. But girl, you must have forgot that you said that you was going to pick her up and dump her ass in the pool. She already short as fuck. What did you expect her to take from that? Because the same way that she took it, baby, I would have took it the exact same way. I would have took it the same way. You not going to threaten me and think that I'm not going to respond. You're not going to threaten me and think I'm not going to respond. When you threaten me and I ain't even doing shit to be threatened and all that other shit, baby, it's time for me to pop the fuck off. It's time for me to pop off. It's time for me to pop off because you're not finna play with me. That's one thing you're not going to do. You're not going to play with me, period. Because one thing about it, and two things for certain, I ain't never played. I don't play the radio. Do not threaten me. And that's just what it is. Kimmy was on one, and then, but she rightfully apologized to Nell, and Nell apologized to Kimmy. I just feel like on Nell's end, she really didn't owe Kimmy no fucking apology. In my opinion, she really didn't. But to be and here go Tisha. I'd be damned if I apologize to Nell. I don't really owe her no apology. You the main one who need to fucking apologize. The main damn one. But Kimmy is apologizing because she knows like hell she was fucking wrong for doing the shit that she was doing in that fucking scene. She was wrong for that. Nell wasn't wrong in the least bit. She wasn't wrong at all. And y'all know I don't normally be on Yale's side for nothing because she do yell a lot. Now, we ain't going to take that from her. She do yell all the time. But no, we ain't going to play that. But anyway, y'all, that's about it for my LAMH review. I hope you guys enjoyed it for what it was worth. It's not much to talk about. It was only like 3 main points to really talk about on this episode. You feel what I'm saying? But I hope you guys enjoyed it for what it's worth. Now, I'm coming back at 6:30 for the Braxtons episode 7 and 8. I've already watched half of 7. I got to finish off 7 and then watch 8. And hopefully I'm done watching it in time for the live. Child, what's there to talk about? The fact that her ass made her debut on the show on the damn fleece. That's probably the only time she's gonna be on this motherfucker at this point, y'all. But shout out to Coleslaw for finally being seen on the show, even if it was on the fleece. But anyway, where we at? Oh yeah, y'all. Let me tell y'all before we go. I saw the trailer for the scene ATL last night. We saw like the rough draft of the trailer last night. It was me, JT, and Bando. We saw it. JT had got like this edit of the trailer and showed it to me and Bando and Nikki last night. So good. She got to do a few more tweaks. Like she going back to the editor to tweak it out just a little bit and add certain things to it. But y'all should be getting the super trailer for the scene ATL this week. Based on what we did see for the trailer, y'all gonna like it. Y'all are gonna like that trailer. I promise y'all are. It's so good. But with that being said, you guys, be sure to pick up my book, That's Why You're Lonely. It is now available on Amazon as well as Kindle books. Make sure you guys go and pick it up. For those of you who did pre-orders really late, like Ravine, who's in the comments, or the Jail Slayer, y'all are the next to get y'all books for within this next week. Y'all will be the ones getting y'all books. I should be officially done sending our pre-order books by the 1st of December, at the top of December. I should be done sending out these books. I just want to thank everybody who already purchased the book and thank everybody who pre-ordered the book. I know it's been a whole lot of stuff going on with these pre-orders, and I know it's been a major delay, but I've been working very hard to get y'all this book and stuff like that. But this is just a learning experience for me. Like going into this book thing and the pre-order thing, now I know what to do from now on. So thank you guys for actually purchasing it. And if you have purchased it, please leave a review for my book on Amazon. The more reviews I get, the more people will want to purchase it. So make sure you do that. All right. All right. So with that being said, y'all, this be your boy Scotty by Nature TV. Be sure to like, rate, comment, subscribe, share this video, and also click on the notification bell so you can be notified whenever a video drops. And if you want to follow me on any form of social media, my Twitter, my Instagram, and my TikTok will be down below. With that being said, you guys, your boys up out here, and I will see you guys on the next one. Bye. Things I wanna do to you. All the love you try to hide. Deep in between those thighs. Ain't too proud to beg for what I want. Ain't too proud to beg for what I need. If it's good loving that you want, you can get it all from me. Proud to beg for what I want. Ain't too proud to beg for